Hello and welcome to this new Android development tutorial. In this tutorial, we will learn how to integrate AdMob interstitial ads. In the previous tutorial, we learned how to integrate the banner ads. As you can see right here, this was the banner ad we integrated the last time we were learning about AdMob integration. Interstitial ads are ads that cover the full screen of your device. The ones that cover the entire screen and you have to close it with a close button on one of the corners of the screen. So the first thing we will do to integrate these AdMob interstitial ads is to follow this tutorial. If you follow the previous tutorial, this will be a lot easier. So the first step is to add the AdMob library. So as the previous tutorial, we copied this line into our Gradle file. So we copy and we go to Gradle scripts, build at Gradle, the module app file, we open it and we paste it. Remember, if you have already done it, you don't have to do it again. So that's why this tutorial will be a little bit faster than the previous one. Okay, so we continue. This is the line we paste, just for those who didn't know. The last line, this is the line we paste. These instructions you will find available in the text section of the video. Okay, so we continue. And we add the internet permission to the manifest. We also did this yesterday when we were learning about the AdMob banner ads tutorial. So we copy this line, we go to the manifests folder on the manifest file, and we paste this line. Uses permission, Android permission, internet. Okay? The next thing we have to do that we also did yesterday is specify ads metadata in the manifest inside the application tag. So we copy this metadata object, okay, and we paste it just right here, as you can see. Okay, so pretty easy so far. Now we have to initialize ads in Java. We copy this line right here and we go to main activity.java. Inside the onCreate method, we paste this line right here. As you can see, we have pasted these and we have also created a banner ad for the previous tutorial. Okay. Now, what's new in this tutorial is this interstitial ad object. So we have to define a new interstitial ad object. For this, we will copy these two lines in which we define and set the ad unit ID. So go to, after everything we did in the previous tutorial, after this button to load an ad, and here we will paste these two lines. So now we have to import this interstitial ad library. So we can do it with Alt Enter, or we can just type import, caps on. Okay, so import com.google.android.gms.ads, and here we have to type interstitial ad. Okay, once we've done it, please take account that this code, this key right here, this string, is a new one. So for interstitial ads, we have this new string right here. Okay? Okay, now let's continue with the tutorial. As you can see, we have to load the ad. But interstitial ad works a little bit different than banner ad. In banner ad, you just, load the ad and that's it. But here on interstitial ads, we have to load it and then we have to show it. So we have to do two actions. So to load it, we have this line right here, we just pasted. And to show it, we have to maybe create a button, okay? So before everything, I mean at the top, we will go and create a button width match parent height 50 dp, text, it will say load interstitial ad. Okay, and we will give an ad ID of load interstitial ad. Okay, so far so good. Now we go to marinactivity.java, and after these lines right here, we type final button load interstitial ad, and we assign it to find view by ID r.id that load interstitial ad. Okay, now we go and say load interstitial ad set on click listener, and we type new on click listener, and the IDE auto generates this code for us. When the onClick method is called, we will perform the action of loading. So we go back to the tutorial, and as you can see right here, we have this, which is calling to load the ad. We have already did it. Then we set the click listener right here, and we have to check if the ad is loaded in order for us to show it. So we copy these lines I'm highlighting here because we've already done the previous lines, okay? And inside the onClick method, we do this. Okay, instead of logging, we will do something different here for us to make it easier to understand. So we will delete this line, and we will say my text view, which is the text view we created in the previous tutorial. In case you don't know how to create it, we just create a text view field like right here, and we add an ID 1. Even better, we can do this again here. So we go to our text view, it can be whatever text view you like, and we set it to an ID. We will call it my text view 2, for example. So we go, before setting the click listener, we will define that element as final text view my text view 2, and we say this is find view by IP r.id that my text view 2. Okay, so here we set my text view 2, and we will say set text between double quotes, we will say interstitial ad is not loaded. Okay, if we go to the tutorial, we can see that now we can actually run the application. So we go to run. Okay, we go to run and run app. You can do it in a virtual device or in a real device. Okay, so this is the tutorial we did yesterday, the current one. But now we have a slightly different tutorial in which, as we remember, we create the interstitial ad, we set the ad unit ID, we load the ad, and when we click on the button that says load interstitial ad, it will actually show the interstitial ad. So here we can should change this load to show. Okay, if we press here, we have an interstitial ad shown. Okay, in order for this to make more sense, we will go to the first one and change the word load with show. Okay, we will run the app again. Okay, and now we have the show interstitial ad button. If we press it, the interstitial ad will be shown. So this is an ad that covers the full screen, and you can close it with this close button on the top left in this case. So we press and the ad is closed. Now, same as yesterday, we will go and disable internet access to test if what we did works. So we disable internet access right there, and we will run the app again. Okay, and now we will press and show interstitial ad, and as you can see, it says interstitial ad is not loaded because we don't have internet access. But not only that, maybe the interstitial ad is not loaded because it's actually being loaded. It's actually being downloaded from the internet. So how do we know when it's ready to be shown? If we want to show the ad just after it completes its loading stage. So to do that, we go to the tutorial and we go to the last step, which says optional but useful, set ad listener. Okay, and we copy all of these. Okay, we go to our Android Studio main activity.java file, and after everything right here, still inside onCreate method, we paste what we just copied. And here inside this set ad listener, we have a couple of methods which tell us the current state of the ad. So this is when the ad is loaded, this method is called. When the ad failed to load, this other method is called. If the ad is opened, this is called. Okay? So what we will do is that we will show the ad when it's loaded. So inside onAdLoaded method, we will say my interstitial ad that show. This means please show the ad when it is ready to be shown. So it ended loading. Okay? So we will test this right now. So we run the app and wait for it. So we won't do anything right now. The app is there. Okay? But nothing happens. Why nothing happens? Because we don't have internet enabled. So if we enable the internet right now and we run the app again, we will wait and do nothing again, and we can see that the ad is shown automatically just when it's loaded. Okay, pretty useful. And now what happens if we want to know when the ad is not loaded? Okay, so here we will say to set text view to when the ad fails to load, either because it's not internet or some other reason. Okay, So first we will go and turn off the internet access. Okay, now we will send the new app with this new line of code that says, please tell me when it fails to load. So we run this, and of course now it will fail to load. Okay, it's running, and here you can see interstitial ad, it's not loaded. So you can have more options right here, like when the ad is opened, on when the ad left the application, the user left the application, and when the ad is closed. So if you need those extra functionality, you can use it. But main two ones are these one that I've teach you. Okay, so this was the tutorial on how to create interstitial ad. I hope you enjoy it, and I see you in the next one. Bye.